think the thing that interested me the most were the ancient digs. It really made the Bible more positive, and I think that it's going to help me to read the Bible differently, and being able to see these sites will help me to be there as I read. Also being with other Christians on this tour, we were able to fellowship and to really have a lot of fun and to learn a lot of new things.
The thing that impacted me the most while being here in Israel was meeting with the Messianic Jewish pastor that we are going to team up with, and just seeing the relationship between the Jews, the believing Jews here, and the Christian Jews from all over or Christians from all over the world. That relationship, and so how that's going to impact me is just how I view Christianity. Our roots are really Jewish, and that we need to remember that, not in a legalistic way, but just in the tradition and the history, and that they are a people. They aren't just a culture. They're individual people and human beings, and that we need to be in a relationship and to reach out and to touch and support.
Well, I've been in awe of the many archaeological sites that we visited, the holy sites. It's just amazing how much archaeology is going on here in the Holy Land, and what they're finding out that reinforces what we read in the Bible. As I look back on my trip, I'm going to have a new outlook on how to study the Bible, especially the Old Testament. I think it'll really enlighten me and encourage me to do a more thorough study of the Bible.
I think what impacted me most were all the people at the Wailing Wall, all the dancing and the joy and the prayers, and the people were just so earnest of their prayers, and I think that impacted me the most, although the whole trip did. I think it'll help me to be more bold in my witnessing.
I think the most impact that I've gotten from this was the conference. There was some things said that I'm thinking on, and I think God's showing me some stuff that I'm not quite ready to talk about yet, but most impactful. And seeing the Sabbath and how they kept it made me think a lot about family and the unity that they had, and closeness that they felt for each other really impacted me.
On our trip here to the Holy Land, we saw many different sites as the guide took us to different places, and each place was impacting. But probably the most impacting for me was when we got on a boat and went across the Sea of Galilee for 45 minutes or an hour, and the boat captain put on some worship music, and we just sang to the Lord and had some real soaking time. And to be able to sing praises to the Lord and have soaking time with Him while we're on the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus was with His disciples and watched and helped them fish and walked on water. It was just really impacting to know that He'd been on that same body of water and saw the same sights that we were seeing. I think as far as what has impacted me for future, I think the Lord is working on lots of different areas and revealing different things. So nothing specific, but just lots of areas that the Lord has just made come alive now in my life.
My trip to Israel was really wonderful. I really enjoyed it, and there were things that made me really think. The next thing that was really moving for me was the Holocaust Museum, and all the things that the Jews went through, and you see just what's left is not much as for each family or whatever, but my heart just went out to the Jews, and I was so sad, and my heart was breaking because of the people who did nothing to help them. They just turned away.
I've always known that the historical accounts of the Bible are real, But after being here in Israel, the Bible historical accounts are even more real, if that's even possible. And it makes me even more interested to study the Bible. It was also very impacting to follow the footsteps of Jesus and see where he taught. And after meeting with a lot of Jews in Israel and seeing their legalism, yet their love for the nation of Israel and their love for God, I could see the problems, some of the problems that Jesus dealt with even 2,000 years ago, as giving me a greater appreciation for the things he said in the New Testament regarding the Jews and how they needed to get rid of that yoke of bondage of religion. And so I'm excited to see how these last days play out, and excited after going to Armageddon, the Valley of Megiddo, to see where that final battle will take place. Not that I'm excited to see the battle, but I'm excited for the days we live in and to see what comes in the days ahead.
These are the days of Elijah, declaring the word of the Lord. And these are the days of your servant Moses, righteousness being restored. And though these are days of great trial, of famine and darkness and sword, still we are the voice in the desert, crying, prepare ye the way of the Lord. Behold, he comes, riding on the clouds, shining like the sun. At the trumpet call, lift your voice, the year of Jubilee, and out of Zion till salvation comes. And these are the days of Ezekiel, the dry bones becoming his flesh. And these are the days of your servant